Okay, let's hope that this video has sound. Alright, so we did that. We added the screenshot to the bottom of number 1. So let's start with this guy right here. It might help to zoom in. We are going to have to estimate the dimensions of the base here. Also, I recommend opening this up in Word instead of as a Google Doc, because when you zoom in, you can see the details on the pictures. It's a lot better. All right, so if this is 0.3 from here to here, this base is going to be a square that is almost 0.6 by 0.6. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to just need to estimate how tall this block is here. So let's go here. We're just going to make a new file, create document. This is going to be document 2. And what are we going to call this one? Square figure. Great. Okay, and one thing that when we look at this figure, they do show it laying down, but later on they're going to show it standing up. And it will be pretty beneficial if we start this right over top of the origin, just speaking from experience. So when I go to sketch, I actually want to make sure that I'm clicking on the top so that when I look down, the other big hint I'll give you is that we want to do a center point rectangle. And I'll make this, I don't know, 0.58. 0.58. Let me pause this recording. All right, and 0.58. Check. And we need to extrude this. We need to just kind of estimate how big we think this is going to be. It's definitely not going to be an inch. Let's try 0.4 and see if that looks about right. When we look over here, the 0.4 looks maybe a little big, so let's try 0.3. That looks about right, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said 0.3?
Yeah. So check. And just so I can make this the same color, let's edit appearance and find a nice green color. Yeah, that looks good. Good enough. Okay, so the cool thing about this is now that when we look down, we can start making those ellipses. So I'm going to start a new sketch on the surface of this. If you turn to the side, you can actually see that instead of clicking on a plane, I want to click on the surface. I'll click top, zoom in a little bit, and I don't want to do a circle. I want to do an ellipse, but I am going to click on center first, click, and click. Now, this, I believe, is going to be 0.6. Okay, now I do want to point out that here, this is listed as 0.3 because the old program does it from the center. It's basically A versus the major axis, which is 2A. It's like a radius versus diameter. So we need to double this 2.4 now. So I believe I can type 2 times 2.4 if I don't feel like doing the math. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I know what I did. Let's see if I can escape. 2 times 0.24. Yeah, that's better. Nice. All right, so it looks like I need to extrude this like a pretty small amount, like maybe 0.1 of an inch. I don't really know, but something like that. So extrude let's say 0.1.
What are the dimensions of the original square?
And all right, so that looks good. Check. So now we're going to draw this. Oh, is it supposed to be smaller? Oh yeah, that was supposed to be smaller. Okay, so that's going to be our new one. Show you how to fix that. Let's go back and fix that. So what is that supposed to be? It's just supposed to be smaller, but how much smaller? Let's try 0.5 and 0.38. Yeah, that looks better. All right, and we'll start a new sketch here. And go on the top, zoom in, and we'll use the same dimensions that we used last time. So that one is supposed to be 0.6, enter, and 0.48, enter. And now finish our sketch, extrude. All right, and we want to draft this.
Is the square 1 by 1?
And we need to figure out how much we want to draft that. So let's try 10 degrees. That looks about good. And let's do a nice isometric here. That looks good. Make sure that you can see this. Zoom in a little bit here. Make sure you can see that. Take a screenshot. So I'm going to hold down Alt, hit print screen. And then I'm going to go back to my Word document. And right here, Control V. I have a nice screenshot, and it does look pretty much like that. And I think we're done for this video.